You guys remember how I said that if you see my hair slicked back in a bun, it's dirty because I haven't washed it? Today, that is a lie. My hair is actually freshly cleaned, but I've still slicked it back because I don't want to actually do my hair. I'm trying to give my hair a break from like heat and stuff. So it's not actually dirty today, but that's okay. We can just pretend it is. Gotta start out every video with some lip oil from Dollar Tree and a cheers to you guys. Grab your beverage. You know the drill. We're cheersing to positive energy, having a good day. I hope by the time you see this video, I have turned 31. Cheers to that. I'm not happy about it, but we'll cheers. Cheers. We got more bridesmaidzillas. You heard that right. No, not bridezilla, bridesmaidzillas. It's a word on this channel. My bridesmaid slash sister got a dress and said it fit perfectly fine. Day of the wedding, she showed up late for us to get ready in a dress with straps that were too long and that had a small burn front and center. What the heck did she do to it? I guess she decided it was a good idea to smoke in the car on the way over, and ash flew back in. Her dress could have been altered for free, but she just never tried it on beforehand, and we ended up having to run to my neighbors to get safety pins. Smoking with your dress? Like, I could never. At least wait till after the ceremony and after all the pictures are done. I'm already stressed about the thought that I have to wear a white dress on my wedding day and not stain it before the photos are taken. That's gonna be a problem for me because I stain everything within 5 minutes of wearing it. So we're gonna need Tie-to-Go sticks, we're gonna need Resolve, we're gonna need a freaking miracle. By the way, I'm not engaged, so I got some time to prepare. My bridesmaid was in school for event planning, yet she couldn't understand that this was a barn wedding between a 23 and 24-year-old with a limited budget. Yo, barn weddings? Love the idea of a barn wedding. So cute. When it came time to choose bridesmaid dresses, she insisted on ones that were $400. I said I couldn't ask the girls to pay that, and I chose an $80 one that was super cute. That's cute. She said, they have a year to save, so you should get the other ones. And she actually gave me the silent treatment when I chose the equally flattering, cheaper dress. Yo, I am always down for a cheaper option. If you know me, you know. I could buy a $400 dress, but why would I do that when I can spend $80 on one that's just as cute? She then ran into money issues and it was a mess. NG couldn't afford the $80 dress and said, you know it's customary for the bride to buy the dresses. What world are you living in? She was chronically late to everything. I just started telling her things started 2 hours before they did, so she'd be on time. She figured it out. Then, the bachelorette. She chose a club close to her house in a different city from me and the bridal party. Why did you let her to choose that? It's your wedding, girl. It's your bachelorette. Call the shots. It was walking distance from her home, and she said everyone could stay there. Perfect. Everyone is on low funds, and now we don't have to pay for cabs. All right, I see your point. The day before the bachelorette, I texted her offering to bring orange juice, coffee pods, and a fruit tray for the morning so people could eat and go. She suddenly says that she's not comfortable with anyone staying over. I say, okay, how many would you be comfortable with? None. Not even me. I ask what's up and she loses it. I'm passive at this stage of my life and just want to help and to understand. She's pissed that I'm pressing the issue and decides that she's pulling out of the wedding. I say I don't understand. I have tried this entire time to make things easier for her. I suggest we choose another club, more central to everyone's locations, since now we can't stay in her town. She loses it, throws a fit and confirms that she's out of the wedding. Quote, I planned this. I so appreciated her planning it. Turns out the venue was never called. There was no reservation or plan. There were a million other little things, but that's it. And I hated it because I never understood. But by all accounts, I wasn't a bridezilla, and I honestly think her problem was that I wasn't. And when you're a bride and someone drops out, everyone assumes you are the problem and must have been entitled. So not the case here. We never spoke again. So not the case, honestly. I know someone that had issues with one of their bridesmaids and they were removed from the wedding party, and it had nothing to do with the bride, and they were actually really freaking chill. So not always the case. That's why I'm here spreading a PSA that it's not always bridezillas. There are bridesmaidzillas and maid of honor zillas. Maybe I'll do that next. So my cousin Marina, whom I adored, ooh, past tense, adored, was my maid of honor. She did a great job setting up the bachelorette party and helping me make some of the wedding arrangements. She also did a great job sucking my, oh my God. Yo, my heart just stopped when I saw sucking my soon-to-be husband's, and I didn't know what the hell was coming next. This is honestly worse. Big toe. Sucking my husband's big toe in the back seat of the limousine. Y'all are shitting on me right now. This is fake. Don't lie to me. Don't do this to me. I hate feet. No. Let me back it up. Yes, please back it up and explain yourself. Marina has a foot fetish. More like a toe fetish. In high school, she was at the center of a toe-sucking scandal that involved the Wait, is this for real? She was at the center of a toe-sucking scandal that involved the vice principal and 2 college counselors. The truth is that M really, really sucks amazing toe. I know.
Because she's done it to me.
I don't know if I should be taking this seriously. And that was something I was saving for my husband. All that toe-sucking practice, grinding the big toe. Y'all, what on earth? All that toe-sucking practice, grinding the big toenail slightly with the teeth, gently pulling on the little toe hairs. I wanted to be his first, but the effing toe salute ruined that for me. I will never read the whole thing. Wow. What? What's happening? I feel scarred. If this is true, and listen, hey, people always come at me and they're like, hey, fetishes are real and you shouldn't shame someone for having a fetish. Listen, do what you want to do to feet, okay? I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it because I hate feet. They disgust me. I hate my feet. I hate all feet. So this, just not for me. I don't, it grosses me out. But if you want to snuggle next to a foot, you want to suck a toe, you suck a toe. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, and I wish I never witnessed this moment. I am not a bride, but I am a groom whose wife had poopy bridesmaids. One of them asked if it would be okay for her to leave the reception early as she had to catch a bus to go to an anime convention. Bruh, priorities. Same girl also refused to wear any underwear or bra under her dress. You'd think that would be hot, but when you used to live with this girl, and she is how you met your wife, and she used to walk around the house naked, trust me, she puts my level of arousal from whatever level it is at to negative 7.28 immediately upon thinking of her. Very, very specific. Nice person, just not my cup of tea. And boy, was my wife mad at her for not dressing properly the day of. Wow. Honestly, I'm like just leaving early for an anime convention. Like that would kind of be like, oh, you want to leave like this very special day of my life to go to an anime convention when you're a bridesmaid? Surely you can miss the convention. Surely we can also wear bra underwear. But hey, free the nipple. I got married 2 weekends ago. Congratulations. I asked my 3 best friends, Anna, Kelly, and Laura, to be my bridesmaid 2 years before the wedding and found them very helpful when planning. For the morning of my wedding, I hired a fancy penthouse apartment for myself and the bridesmaids to get ready. We had champagne as we were pouring it out. Laura said none for her. Now, Laura is the biggest party animal of us all, so naturally we questioned why she wasn't drinking. Laura then told us she was pregnant. Of course, I was happy for her, but obviously the focus was then on Laura and her pregnancy and not us getting ready for my wedding, something I had been planning for 2 years. Anyway, we got all ready and headed to the venue. The photographer kept us outside the venue for a short while so he could do pose photos with myself and the bridesmaids. I was holding my bouquet. Anna and Kelly were holding theirs, but Laura placed hers on the floor and was standing with her hands cradling her stomach as if to emphasize her bump, which wasn't noticeable as she was barely 12 weeks. The photographer asked her to pick up her flowers, so all of us were holding our bouquets, and Laura refused and said, "Oh, it's okay, I'd prefer to stand like this," and carried on cradling her stomach. So now those photos just look weird. The rest of the day went smoothly until it came to the speeches. As Laura was my oldest friend naturally, I asked her to say a few words. She stood up and said some nice words, then ended her speech with, "And I'm so excited to announce that as Bride's best friend, I'd like her to be an honorary aunt to my baby who is due summer 2020. With her being an old family friend, of course, my family, they were over the moon, and again, the attention was on her and her pregnancy and not me and my husband. I felt so upset on my wedding day and haven't really spoken to Laura much since. She has since sent me a text saying I'm acting like a spoiled brat and the world doesn't revolve around me. AITA, am I the a-hole, for being upset and distancing myself. I totally understand that you can equally be as happy for your friends on the most special day of your life and when they are pregnant. Like, that it's all happening at the same time and stuff. I just personally would never do that to one of my friends if I was their bridesmaid. Like, I can tell them days the next day. I can tell them the day before. I can, like, you know, you can have that moment with your best friend at any time to tell her, hey, I'm pregnant. Like, I just wouldn't feel right doing it on her wedding in a speech, holding my stomach in the photo. Like, I just would never feel right doing that. So me personally, I wouldn't, and I don't think you're an a-hole for being upset. But you guys get in on this and let us know your thoughts. She wore a white dress to the wedding. Classic. Have you guys ever seen someone wear a white dress to the wedding as a bridesmaid or a guest or anything? I've never seen that yet. Like, I've never even seen a cream, an off-white, a dress that has a lot of white. I've never seen that. My husband and I, female, 30, got married this summer. Congratulations. When we started to plan our wedding, we felt we wanted to be married more than we wanted to postpone and have a big party. From the start, we said we're having a small wedding, only our closest friends, family, etc. If your name was on the envelope, you were invited. Otherwise, no. We made one exception. One of my bridesmaids had just started seeing someone, so after everyone had been invited, we said she could bring him. We're getting closer to our wedding, the restrictions have gotten tighter, and we realized we're not comfortable with 50 guests. Okay, this is important to know. This is a COVID wedding. Not only because it's breaking restrictions, but because family members and close friends are at high risk. We can't be sure all of us have received even one dose of the vaccination. So we have to make cuts, hard as it is. We made a hard decision and say only those who had/has a role in our wedding, people who this day could not happen without. That leaves us with 20 guests. I let my bridesmaids know that we've decided to not have anyone with us at the altar as to not risk anyone getting sick. We still want them at the wedding, however, and I explained the cuts we've made. When it's time to RSVP, I have to remind one of them that it's the final day. 2 days later, she texts me, do I RSVP for only me or for my boyfriend as well? I explain that I thought I made it clear he unfortunately wasn't invited since he has no role in our wedding. She thinks we should be including. I tell her we made hard choices. She asks if the other bridesmaid's boyfriend is coming. Yes, he's our toastmaster. This makes her even angrier, saying she shouldn't be expected to be there without her boyfriend when other boyfriends are allowed to come. Again, she says we should be more including. This isn't about the virus because his germs are my germs. Oh, that's what she's saying. We don't accept or respect her relationship and she won't come if he is not allowed. I sincerely apologize. What the hell's apology? I sincerely apologize to her for making her feel that way, but says we have to stay true to our decision. She never responded to that. Most friends are on our side of things, understanding it's a pandemic wedding. When we let people know they weren't invited anymore, everyone was understanding. One of my closest friends, our witness, said she did in no way expect to be invited, even though she was a witness. She said she had not expected her fiance to be invited had he not been a witness as well. Other friends were on her side saying, it's only one person, can't you make an exception? Except it's not one person, because if we invite him, a guy we have never met, why aren't we inviting all our close friends and family members, other people's partners who we actually have met? It's been almost 4 months since our wedding and she still hasn't responded to my apology, never even said congratulations. Am I in the wrong here? Am I the a-hole for not making an exception? In my opinion, no. Right when, you've never met the guy, but right when you said that and I was like, you know what? I get the, oh, it's one person, but it isn't. I'm not even having close friends and family members there. Why would I invite some person I've never met before? I'd rather have one more close friend take that spot. You know what I mean? So no, it's ultimately it's your wedding day. It's whatever you're comfortable with during that time. It's your wedding. Do whatever the hell you want. Let me take a sip. I've been pulling all the weight in this video, you guys. All you guys are doing are watching. So it'd be really nice if one of you wants to come over and read some of these for me. Lila, Will you come read one of these? That'd be so fun. I wish Lila could talk. Let me just wipe the lip oil on my pants because that's what mature adults do. We don't use napkins. I'll try to keep this short. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, although this looks pretty long. My supported best friend, E, hello. My supposed best friend, E, fake name, cool, was a toxic friend, but I was still in the 16-year friendship at the time of my wedding. Ugh. I didn't want a hen do, and my hubby didn't want a stagger. So we just had a wee pre-wedding party. It was just cheese, good-natured fun, including games and stuff. I totally understand that's not everyone's idea of fun, but you know, it was our wedding. She sat apart from us all, audibly making fun of everything we did, but I just ignored her because she was always nasty and insufferably cool, and I didn't want drama when my sister had organized it and we were having fun. E has stretched her earlobe, so I asked her if she wouldn't mind wearing flesh-colored plugs and earrings to match the other girls. She said yes, but on the day, she said she'd lost the plugs I'd bought her and had obnoxiously large black things that really drew your eye, but I'm not a maniac. These things happen, and I really didn't care that much. Until I found out that she'd been making fun of how she loved throwing the plugs in the bin and that I'm such an idiot that I would believe her. Why wouldn't I, since I'd only asked her to do it for me as a favor because I liked the earrings I bought my bridesmaids. I would never demand someone change their appearance for me. On my wedding day, she waltzed into breakfast at the venue in her pajamas with a bucket, claiming she had a migraine and was going to be spewing all day. I knew she was faking because it's nearly impossible to fake a full-on migraine while you're walking about, talking to people and laughing. I suggested that she could lay down in one of the bedrooms, but she aggressively said, I guess I'll just have to deal with it, but I'll need to have a bucket at the ceremony. My sister told her that wasn't an acceptable option, and if she needed to go home, that could be arranged for her. But she didn't go home, nor show any further signs of a migraine. She was snippy for the whole rest of the day and made a scene on the dance floor at night by doing an unplanned choreographed dance with her new friend to a song that we used to dance to when we went out on weekends as kids. It was a kick in the teeth, although I was too happy to get upset. Our friendship was never the same after that day, and she ended up finishing the friendship in a storm of drama just after I had my first kid. She's an awful person. I mean, from the start, toxic, not nice, not very supportive or loving. Like, yo, I don't even know how you kept her at your wedding party from the start. Those are Bridesmaidzillas. I'm sure I will be back with more. I'm getting out of here though. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. And I'll see you tomorrow.